Hub, go on, Store Betting Hub.
What's happening, everyone? Nicky Hawkins here, West Ham Fan TV, back once again with another video. We are carrying on the countdown to the new Premier League season, and with only 6 days to go, I've got to thank Odds Checker for sponsoring this series of videos. Odds Checker is in the link in the description down below. Download it. It helps us out greatly. They're a fantastic app. They compare all of the odds all across the betting site, so you don't have to keep on checking backwards and forwards to see what the best odds are. They're like a one-stop shop for betting. You'll always get the best odds there across all the big bookies. You can use your current logins to do so. So please go and download that in the description down below. They're a little bit like a Go Compare for betting odds. So it's always handy to use that because you'll always get the best odds. But once again, thank you to them for sponsoring this video. Let me just give you an example of the best odds. Now, amazingly, we're going to be talking today about what end of the I know this is going to be a crazy situation. What end of the table that West Ham will be fighting this season? Will they be fighting down the bottom? Will they be fighting in the middle? Will they be fighting up the top? Let me just give you a bit of a spoiler here, because I picked up some odds on the Odds Checker website. Some people might think this is a good bet. West Ham are only the 10th favourite team to go down, with the 10th least favourite odds to go down at 9-2. The best price you can get at the moment is 9-2. There are 9 other teams with worse odds than West Ham to go down. Now, I'm telling you now, when I'm looking at the game against Bournemouth yesterday, we look like we've got serious problems. There's not only discontent in the stands. There's not only the issue of improving our teams, but you know, the ex-West Ham employee today has come out and said that the team. I don't think this was such a what's the word? Revelation. I don't think it's as big as a revelation as some people would like to make out. But it's reported today that some of the players are not content with the way that the club is going. They're not happy with the direction the club seems to be pulling in. Last season, we were on the cusp of relegation, to be quite honest with you. I think we was quite fortunate to get out of it. It was, with 10 games to go, we lost our first 2 after lockdown. Fortunately for us, no one picked up any points. In another season, when it's more competitive and it's more fair, I think we could have struggled a little bit with fans in the stadiums. I think we might have rode our luck a little bit too much, because I think teams like Watford and Bournemouth might have got a few more points. But hey-ho, that's it. But can we be expecting to push up the table this season? I don't think so, to be quite honest with you. We've weakened our team. We haven't signed anyone. Now, I know there's still October until we can sign anyone. But look at our run of fixtures at the beginning. We've got Newcastle in the first game of the season. That's, just 6 days away now. And then after that, we play I can't even say it, a horrendous run of fixtures for the next 6. The likes of Man City, Leicester, Wolves, Tottenham, Liverpool, obviously the champions are in there. Arsenal, who are, they're going to be fancying themselves this year. We play all of them by the end of October. Now, the transfer window will be closed by then. And the thing is, you want to get a pre-season out of these guys. You want to get them embedded in the squad and playing with your current players as quickly as you can. That's why I think Grady Diangana is such a terrible loss for us, because not only was he like a brand new signing, he looked like he was going to do some great bits. There was a lot of people excited to be playing with him in the side, but he was a bit like a new signing, but who already is embedded into the side. There's no guarantee that anybody that comes in from outside the club now will fit the style of play, will will settle in London, will settle into their new team. We've seen it time and time and time again. Look at Sebastian Haller, still hasn't settled. We are going to be looking at the bottom end of the table this year, unless we do something drastic by October. We are going to be looking at another relegation battle, and you'll see it time and time and time again on social media. Have we bitten off a little bit more than we can chew? You'll see the likes of Sunderland and Villa a few years ago, Newcastle a few years ago. They all flirt with it, and eventually Wigan, and eventually their time in the league runs out. You know, their luck runs out. Other teams strengthen. You know, relegation rivals strengthen. Just look at Newcastle. I'm not saying Newcastle were relegation rivals, but 2 years ago they were relegation candidates because they'd not long come up from the Championship. You look at the players that they're signing; they're just about to announce 3 different signings. Joe Linton came last year for £50 million. They're signing Callum Wilson to as an addition this year. They're getting Ryan Fraser, a very shrewd transfer on a free transfer. I thought that we might have gone for him if we sold Grady Diangana for some cash. I think it's crazy. You know, people keep saying we're concentrating on our defence. People forgetting that we've only got one centre forward, one first team recognised centre forward at the club. We are asking, and I mean asking, for trouble if we carry on like this. We are asking for it. Will anything change? Maybe. This last week on social media and you know, echoing throughout of East London and Essex and the world, to be quite honest with you, maybe this might kick them into action, because there is real pressure being built on the team. There is real pressure being built on the manager. You know, players are starting to get discontent. We've seen this before under Pardew, when in the Tevez year, when, you know, they didn't fancy playing for the team or playing for the club. They started downing tools, and we cannot afford to get into that situation this year, because we haven't got anybody to pull us out of that this year. I don't think. I'm not, people are going to say you're overreacting because he's only a Yeti and players like that have gone, and Diangana and you know, players that weren't really around the first team. But our injury record is poor, and it only takes 2 or 3 injuries now to some key players, and we have got literally nothing. We've got padding underneath it, and I'm worried, to be honest. I'm very worried. Thank you very much for joining us on this video. Thank you once again to Odds Checker. I'm sorry, these were meant to be more upbeat type of videos, but you know, with the situation at the minute, it's hard to be positive. It's hard to be, you know, looking forward to the new season. I think that Newcastle game is an absolute must win, because if we don't get any points on the board, then I don't know when we will get points on the board. But as I said, thank you once again to Odds Checker for sponsoring this series of videos. As I said before, there are just 6 days left. Down in the description, link in the description down below is the link to the tweet that's got the link to our link. When you click on it, it's got a unique like code in it that tells them that you came from West Ham Fantasy. Please do that, because the more we get clicks, the more they're likely to renew for longer, and we could really do with that. Thank you so much for joining us. One thing left to say, come on, your hands.